Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Iman and we are watching Vinland Saga today. I wanted to briefly talk about Arnheid and Gardar before we dive into this reaction here. The first episode, the intro that we see of this random Viking warrior who just defeated someone and then has blood on his hand, touches the baby, and there's all this super cool intro with that ancient Norse poem. The last episode, it all comes back, it ties together that it's Gardar and Arnheid before they became slaves. I mean, the writing on that is so cool. And not just cool, but like mind-blowing. So I really wanted to touch on that before we jumped into the next episode here. So if you would like to listen to this, stick on by. If you want to go into the episode reaction, jump forward. I just wanted to really appreciate that though. I think the moment in the last episode when Gardar is touching his son's face, and I was like, I've seen this. I didn't know exactly where I saw it. After I watched that episode, I went back through each episode and I like skimmed through and I'm like, am I crazy? Like, did I lose my mind? How did I see this? And it wasn't in episode 15, 14, 13, 12. And I went all the way down and I'm like, it's got to be in the first episode. And so I clicked it and then I saw the poem, the speech, and the warriors that they were. And I was like, oh my God, I did see this. I just didn't remember it was the first episode. And so tying those two together, because like it dawned on me in the reaction where I'm like, I've seen this. I think but even then it wasn't as powerful. But when I like looked back, I was like, this is more powerful than I even could imagine. Just the fact that we were introduced to this family who does sort of become like an important part of the story. You just think it's just this side little moment that we're never going to get again. We're never going to know who those people were. But that's not how this works. Like, they're important too. And I think that's like also the little detail in Koto Yukimura's writing is every person in this world is important. Everyone has like something to give someone else, or they're doing something in their lives that somehow can affect other people down the line. And so just seeing that is really amazing. But I really wanted to then talk about the loss that Arnheid faces, as well as Gardar. What makes it more profound to see Arnheid as such a stoic figure who doesn't like break down for no reason. She's just there and she just has accepted this. And it's more profound to know where she came from. She was a free person, a person who was really high up in her village. Her husband was this, I mean, he was pretty much they're Vikings. They were warriors of their own kind. And then they became slaves themselves. And I think there is like this transition of when Gardar is, this scene with Gardar touching his son's face, and after he's killed somebody and everyone's praising him, and it switches to Gardar being whipped and whimpering, and I said it last episode, you could be up here and fall down to rock bottom. And to see someone like that go from here to the bottom, it's terrifying. It's very terrifying, and it was done so well. That's why I feel like the last episode, it was very profound, very beautiful, very necessary, very important. Like, there isn't a wasted moment in this story. If you see something, it's gonna come back. It's not for nothing. That was just so well done. I would say if you have the time, rewatch that first episode and then go back. I would say to go watch the first episode again, at least the first like minute of that episode, which shows that poem, and we get to see Gardar and Arnheid in their best place, I guess, their best selves, and then go to episode 17 and watch how broken that they became. But their spirits were never broken, and that, I think that's really the most important thing. You're gonna, and that's again the reality of this story is you're gonna have a lot one day, and then the next day it's all gonna be taken away from you, and you don't know why. There's not even a reason for it. There's no reason. There was no reason that the Vikings would show up sometimes and pillage your village. There was no reason for it. It just happened. It's the reality of the world. Most things are out of our control, but it's what we do with our minds and our spirits and how we hold ourselves and try to keep moving forward. And that was the story of Arnheid and Gardar. For the full-timer uncut versions of these reactions, you can find those on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support there, guys. And the links to my Patreon are down in my description box below. Well, don't you guys know Floki by now? This guy is frustrating. Yes. Yes. No, they had their reasons. Oh, gross. God, that's disgusting. Can we kick him off the boat? Just a little, like, and a little splash. His dad. Oh my. Virgo's so excited. I don't know if he wants to fight. Wow. And really Thorfinn too, because Thorfinn is back and he's in the best shape of his life now. Yes. Yeah, right. What the heck? Oh, they tied them up. Oh. Yeah, there are. So it doesn't feel really good right now. But that's the thing, though. You have to make these choices, and then you'll learn. I think he did the right thing. Now you get to look back and figure that out. Although there's people who definitely, you might want to smack a few times because we're all human. But he's right. No one deserves any type of mistreatment. He's like, who are you again? Damn. This poor woman. That sucks. That really sucks. Oh no. Oh god, he's so close. Just say Thorfinn. Einar and Arnheid. That's kind of sweet though. Like he's like, I want them all to be together. Oh my god, literally. Can the horse kick him in the face? Turn that horse around. But this time, maybe he will take all of his anger out on her because he's so pissed. My God, this poor woman. Horse, Uma. Wow. Oh, oh, he's come with a stick. Oh my God. Arnheid. Arnheid has just literally just watched her husband die in front of her. Bled out. Like, there is, it's freaking hell. I guess she got caught up with the storm, and the storm is still going. It's not that hard to understand why anyone would want to escape being a slave. Here we go. I can't even. I cannot deal with this one. I don't. Jeez. Oh my God, he's lost it. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. Oh my God, why does it have to be Arnheid that he finally lets it all out on? That's it? She's dead. She's dead. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Oh, Arnheid. No, that is not good. I don't like that. This made me really uncomfortable. Like, that was really hard to watch. All right, I guess. Is it? We're not done. We're not done. We're done. Wow, this episode feels like it went by like extra quick. Like I don't know. Oh man, Kettle, I don't. I'm dizzy from that. Like I'm shocked she's alive. Like I honestly, that did not, like, she looks like she was gonna die. Potentially she could still die because who knows what happens. She's 100%, she has internal bleeding. There's like no way. Wow, that storm. Jeez. Woo. God, what episode was it? The storm was, I believe that episode was episode 15. So we're on 16, 17, 18, 3 episodes have passed. The storm is still the aftermath of the storm is still taking effect. That's the thing, right? When a tornado comes through the town, it's that's scary. Like, you want to make sure you're in safety, you're underground, whatever happens. I don't know if that's like everyone goes underground for tornadoes, but you're in a safe place, you're out of the harm's way. And when that's happening, you're scared. It's fearful. It's like, who knows what's going to happen? Are we going to survive this? Is the house going to survive? Are we going to be fine? Once you can come back out when the storm is done. There's now you have to deal with the aftermath. What's the damage? Okay, so this is the damage. It's either going to be a little bit or a lot. And now, how much is it going to cost to build everything back? Is it able to be built again? Do we need to move completely? Are we going to be in a hotel for who knows how long? Are we, like, the storm isn't one episode. The storm isn't one day. The storm usually affects you days and years later. Like, this is what I actually really like that this isn't being sugarcoated, even though it's like really emotionally draining to see this, because all we want is the best for Arnheid. But the reality is like she chose the right thing. Like, she followed her heart. She did the right thing. Thorfinn did the right thing. Einar did the right thing. Sverkel did the right thing. They were protecting people that needed to be protected. But that doesn't mean that everyone else around them is going to see it that way. Everyone has their own perspectives and their own beliefs. So in their mind, they have done the worst thing possible. She has tried to escape. How could she? I've been so fair to them. I've been a fair man, blah, 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 blah. It's like, you know, there's rules and all of that. You know, Hebby it was cool that Hebby had, you know, Hebby really is like a guy who follows the rules. Things are by the book for him. And I think it's interesting. In some ways it's great, and then other ways it's annoying, but it is what it is. But the storm doesn't just end in a day. There's always the aftermath. There's always the damage, and we're still seeing Arnheid being affected by her choices, even though they're good. And I think that's important to know. There's a reaction to everything we do. So if you're in a place and you really do want to change something, you want to make a big move, break off a really serious relationship, romantic relationship, you want to get a new home, whatever it might be, understand that it's not a fairy tale. There will be an aftermath of some sort. Someone's not going to be happy. It's just how it is. And we don't know how other people react, but people can react in all sorts of ways. And I think it's important to really understand when we make choices, even if it's for the best. You know, we're all about, do you go free and live and everything's going to be all right. And that isn't true exactly. Like, it is. It's better. You're going to feel better 100% as the storm calms down and everything kind of gets back to normal. You will feel better. You will feel stronger. You will feel more, you would have more belief in yourself, which is important because this is the vessel. This is our vessel, our body, our mind. This is where we are forever until we pass. We are not connected to anything really but ourselves. So I guess I'm saying when we make choices, there's going to be a consequence. It will not be a fairy tale. It will not be like the movies. It isn't. And I think that I really want to drive that home because it's scary. And that's why a lot of people don't get caught up in the storm. And a lot of people play it safe because that is under as much control as we have. Like, that part is a little bit like, well, we can control the outcome a little bit more than getting caught up in the storm. So choosing to just sort of play it safe is very understandable, 100%. But a lot of people are in that place where they're like, I don't want to play it safe anymore. And I applaud you. And I say, always follow your heart. But just remember, there's always going to be a storm that you're going to be caught up in. And there is a damage after. There is always some sort of damage. Not everyone is going to be happy. You can't please the whole world. And that's not how this place is supposed to be. Because we got to make that safe space really in our heart, in our mind. Treat ourselves kindly. Have patience. It's just what it is. And then, yeah, freaking hell. I am like, that, the Arnheid, I mean, oh God, it really bothers me. All the stuff that's happened to her is just, it's hard. Like, there is really not much more to say other than, wow. Like, it's too much. Well, honestly, that was too much. I did not see that coming, but I guess she gets to live and we'll see what happens there. But the storm is real. Choose yourself, but always know, and maybe if you have the time to prepare for a soft landing, maybe that is the advice I'm trying to give you. You can prepare, like if you know you're going to jump off the Like you're on the second floor and you're going to jump off and you're trying to escape something, but you got the heads up. For some reason, you're not leaving through the front door. But I don't know why. But you can like lay down pillows and blankets and a mattress or like whatever. And there might be a little bit of padding when you have to jump off, because you know that there's going to be, at this time, this is going to happen. I don't know if that's good advice. I'm just saying that if you can have some padding, if you can't have padding, you can't have time, and you need, the escape is right now, do it. You got to go. And in the end, we don't know will we end up like Gardar? Will we end up like Arnheid? Will we be like Thorfinn, Einar? They made choices. All of them made choices. And we don't know what happens. But for Thorfinn and Einar, I think they're going to be all right. Leif is there for them. And Thorfinn really made some really good, like, Thorfinn said some interesting things too. Like, he had to fight. He doesn't want to fight, but in this situation, he needed to fight. He wants to get to a place where violence is not the first resort. He wants it to be the last resort. He kind of gets it that like sometimes you do have to fight back, which is really, really important for anybody to know. And he's still on his path. So he's still learning. In a year from now, Thorfinn would be in a much better place. He'll have a lot more stability in his belief system, a stronger foundation. Right now, he's just figuring it out. And that's what happens when you start to figure out things for yourself and learn who you are and what you believe, not what everyone else has told you to believe. It's when you find out what you want to believe, and it takes time. And in 5 years, if Thorfinn keeps on this path and like experiences new things, because this was a test. This really was a test for Thorfinn to see where he's at. Like, he's not there yet. He's not up here where Thor's was, but he's making the strides to get there. But he needed to go through a test. This was the test. And right now he feels quite uneasy about that test. He's like, did I pass? Did I fail? What's going on? I feel really anxious about this. Maybe there was another way. Maybe there was maybe I didn't do the right thing. Maybe it was the wrong answer. But that's another part of life. We don't know. You don't know. Arnheid got caught up in the storm. She had no clue how this was going to end. And that's really what it is with life. So Thorfinn's question is really reasonable, and it's really cool that he gets to look back, and maybe like he can lay down, if he could sleep comfortably. I don't know how it is for them right now, but he can look through and kind of think, like close his eyes and kind of be like, what could I have done? What could I have done differently? What if I did this differently? What if I did that? Kind of putting all of it together and in his head. And then for the next time, he might be a little bit more prepared. Maybe it'll be a little bit better. But I agree with Einar. There was no way to know. And at this point, it already happened. So it's kind of hard to like kick yourself for what you've done in your past when it's already happened. It's already there. You're already here. So we let it go. We have to let it all go. And so again, it's just very real. The writing in the story it's so real and so good, and it just packs a huge punch. That's all for now. I'm excited for next week. Thank you guys for watching with me. Thanks for listening, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.